All right. Well, hello there, the internet. We are back now after Richmond. Not Martinsville, but Richmond. As Chris said last week, we were going to be in Martinsville, which was a lie.
Yeah,
Um,
I made a little oopsie there.
Made it oopsie. That's fine. I think next week's Martinsville, isn't it?
Yes, next week
Okay.
is Martinsville, so I'm
Okay.
1 week away.
Okay. We just got ahead of ourselves, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was just a little too excited about Martinsville.
All right. Um, so once again, work has kind of bopped into my Xfinity Series schedule. However, for the Xfinity race, both the Cup and the Xfinity race, they weren't like the wildest things ever, but they also weren't bad races.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. I mean, I feel like for both series, like the beginning part was pretty like kind of mellow, boring, but towards the end was probably the most exciting part.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was kind of like the one big complaint that I saw was from the Xfinity race was that John Hunter and Ty Gibbs were essentially had pretty much run away for the entirety of the race. It was just the two of them up front.
Yeah, it seemed like they were like the only two that had like pretty much the winning car. AJ, he was up there for a little bit, but I don't think he really had much for Ty Gibbs or John Hunter. I mean, he probably seemed like he had a short run car, so maybe if they had like a green white checkered, he probably would have had something for them. But
Probably.
overall, those were probably the two best cars, which is kind of good because I mean, Toyota kind of needed that little bit of a boost. I mean, they already have a win with Ty Gibbs in Atlanta and um, Vegas, but I mean, every other place he was kind of like like a top five car. He wasn't really up there a lot, so.
Yeah. Actually, now that I'm looking at the thing, I'm noticing a pattern here with Ty Gibbs. So he won Vegas, right?
Yep.
The
Yeah, he
following
won Vegas.
weekend, yeah, he won Vegas. The following week, Noah Gragson won. The week after that, Ty Gibbs won again, and then Allmendinger won, and then the following week, Ty Gibbs
Ty
won.
Gibbs won.
So he's winning every other race, which means going into Martinsville, we'll probably see a different person winning. But what are the chances we see a Ty Gibbs win at Talladega and he can just repeat this every other race I win pattern that's
That would
happening?
be incredible.
That would be really funny. I'm putting this down now. If Ty Gibbs wins Talladega, that would just be absolutely amazing to continue that pattern.
I
But
mean, you
even
already
then,
did predict him to win Vegas, so I mean, why not pick him for Talladega too?
exactly, I'm doing it. I'm picking him. I'm picking him for good old Dega. I got no fucking clue who's gonna win Martinsville, but I'm picking Gibbs for Dega. And
I
that also
say
bring
Gregson
you're saying Gregson for
yeah,
Martinsville or Dega
for Martinsville.
for Martinsville. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I guess I should make a Martinsville pick since we're talking about it. It really is hard to go against Gregson though. He's really good at Martinsville.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
So, you pick Gregson. I'm gonna see if I can find somebody else. Because I wanna.
The Snosberry.
There is Barry. Barry is really good.
Sam Mayer. He's pretty good at the short tracks too.
You know, actually, we it's probably because we haven't been to a ton of short tracks this year yet. I'm gonna go Barry. I feel like Barry is gonna, because he's really
Yeah,
he raced short tracks a lot. We
yeah,
haven't
that's what
really been
he.
to a short track, so and he finished
Yeah,
seventh yesterday.
which isn't too bad. I mean,
No,
like you said, that's pretty much like his background is just short track, so he's
yeah.
pretty dominant there.
So
But
yeah,
I would say he's a
Martinsville
pretty good
picks.
pick between him, Gregson, and I would say maybe Sam Mayer too. Like he's
Yeah, Mayor.
pretty good at short tracks. I think last time they were at Martinsville, he finished top five.
Yeah. So those are watch us both be wrong. Watch like
Like
someone else
Brandon
win.
Jones or
Brandon
Allgaier.
Jones. Yeah. But anyway, also going back to the Ty Gibbs thing, every time Ty Gibbs wins a race or performs well, somebody is screaming about how he's only here because of who his
Of
grandfather
his
is. I'm
grandpa.
like, but here's the thing: if he was purely there just because of the money, uh, how many wins does this man have already? He's got like what 7 fucking wins in his career already,
Yeah, and
and
he's
he's
second. This is his first full time year. I mean,
yeah, and he's already got
it's kind of it's
3.
kind of. I mean, I get like he people think he lucked in because of his grandpa, but he's showing that he has skill. Like the dude came into the Xfinity Series his first year, and like he won like three of them on a partial schedule. So I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to say that he's just there because he has the backing of like the motors and all the equipment. Like the dude has talent. Like you've seen anybody else in the same car, it's like they can't perform like he does. So it's kind of hard to say that he's just there because of his grandpa.
Yeah, that's what I was that's the point I was gonna make was daddy's money can get you a ride, but daddy's money can't buy you wins. So
Exactly.
so like the fact that even if it was true, even if he had was there because of daddy's money, 7 wins really speaks for itself, and so that's gonna keep him in the ride is the fact that he's winning, and when he's not winning, he's in the top five.
Yeah. No, and that's what people don't understand. I mean, you've seen the trend like that before with other people, but not Ty Gibbs. He's proven that he actually race, like he can actually win. Because I mean, people were saying that like when he was in the ARCA series, because they had a Joe Gibbs like pretty much equipment,
Yeah.
but he's back in that now, being in the Xfinity series, going up against these other drivers. I mean, he's going up against Gregson, Allgaier, who's a really good driver. Um, let's see, you got AJ, who almost won the championship last year.
Yeah.
Even last year, like he raced against Centric, which was one of the greatest Xfinity drivers on that season. So it's it's hard to say that he's just there because of the money.
While we're on this, what did you think of that last lap move? Because I'm seeing a 50-50
Uh,
split on Bird app about it.
I'm I'm more. I mean, I'm more on the side of Hunter Nemechek, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of people were comparing the incident between Kyle and Carl Edwards in 2016, and that was like a bump move. He just pretty much bumped him out of the way, and like they said, that's pretty much racing. But I feel like with this perspective is that on the last turn he kind of just like drove up, knowing that if he drove up into him, he's gonna like push him off the racetrack and pretty much have this thing in the bag. So I think it was a little bit of a dirty move, um, but at the same time, it's short track racing, so it's kind of hard to say.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I feel like that was a clean move. Like it's not like he dive bombed the corner and slammed into the man at Mach 7. He drove into the corner normally behind him, bumped him a handful of times just to unsettle the car, and then when
And,
Nemechek kind of
and turn
wobbled
one
up
and
the
two, yeah,
hill,
yeah, that
yeah,
one I was
and
okay
turn
with.
one and two,
But
and
turn 3 and 4, he did drive it in, and he did admit that he did drive it in deep into that turn.
I mean, yeah, but also going, I'm gonna get to that too. So it's like turns 1 and 2, he bumped him, waited for the car to wobble, and then got under him and drove it into 3 and 4. But the thing in 3 and 4, uh, he made a wider arc, yeah, but he didn't wall the man. He didn't shove him up the track and put him in the wall, or he made sure he had enough room that he would make the exit. Like both cars made the exit. There wasn't really a ton of contact. Nobody bounced off the wall. Nobody wrecked. It was let me bump you out of the way, then run you up the track a little bit, which is standard short track racing from what I've seen in different divisions. And so I'm gonna go on the page and say that was a clean thing. He didn't wreck him. He didn't spin him. He didn't plow into him at Mach 7. He
I
gave
wouldn't say he
the
like plowed him, but I would
well,
say like
no, that's what I'm saying. He didn't. That's what I'm saying.
he. I feel like he was a little bit aggressive at the end there, but I mean,
You kind of have to be.
yeah, you kind of have to be.
You have to be sort of to a certain degree. I feel like it was a good amount of aggressive, where, like I've been saying, he didn't plow him, he didn't wall him. He did the bump and run, and then kind of drove him up a little bit into turns 3 and 4 to kind of secure that he would come out ahead, which in my book is fine if you're not walling the dude.
And I think people make it a lot bigger deal. Is I guess just because of like some of the recent run-ins he's had with other drivers. I mean, like the most recent one was probably Ryan Siege at Vegas.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of ticks people off more about it. I mean, like I'm not really pissed off about it. It's just like it's whatever. But I think people are upset about it just because of like what that has happened before. And I've heard people like bring up like the Martinsville issue with him and Sam Mayer.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of caused a little bit of a. I feel like if he didn't have any of that like that stuff going on like before and he made that move, people probably would have been okay with it. But I think since he's kind of known for that aggressive driving, it just I guess it makes people more pissed off about it. But
Well, yeah, I will say the Vegas incident was 100% his fault. He did drive it in there and wham into the dude and he wrecked him. But on lap 5.
lap 5, not the last lap.
Yeah, not the last lap. On the last lap, you're kind of expecting it, but on lap 5 to go in and plow into someone's ass and wreck him, I will say Ty Gibbs was at fault for that one. And he did admit fault, which was good. But on the same page, when you're racing for a win and you're going for a championship, what he did, we've seen worse. We've seen way worse. We've seen people just straight up dumb people.
And I've seen some people bring up the John Hunter Nemechek one, and that kind of just like
The one from the Canada, the
yeah.
yeah. I did see that too. Yeah,
I was like, ooh.
I also saw it
forgot
compared
about
to
that, Chief.
Logano and Truex at Martinsville a few years ago, as well as I think Elliott and Logano at Bristol a handful of years ago. So there were several examples that popped up as to people saying what was okay and what wasn't. And I feel like what
Yeah,
Ty Gibbs did was in the lines of this is fine.
it was. I would. I mean, I guess it was somewhat of a clean move. It wasn't like he drove it in deep, not braking, and just plowed him into the fucking wall and just took the win. But
Yeah, he didn't do what Logano did to Truex at Martinsville. He didn't
or Elliott
completely decimate him, or like what Ellie did to Logano, just completely decimated them going into the corner. Just, but he could have, he 100% could have, but he didn't. Yeah, I think that's
He
the point
could've.
I'm trying to make.
Yeah, and
So,
you can kind of tell that he was like brake checking him on the turn 1 and 2, like when he hit him. Like he kind of already knew that was gonna happen. Like you can tell he was like slowing down. He's like, well, if I keep if I keep going, like if I accelerate out of here, out of exit turn 2, like he's probably gonna turn me. But like I feel like he tried to brake check him just a little bit, just to kind of help like put a little bit of a distance when he gets to 3 and 4. But obviously it didn't work.
you know what? I'm gonna see if I can find a replay of the last 2 laps because now that I'm thinking about it, when I watched the replay, if I'm remembering correctly, didn't John Hunter also run Ty Gibbs up the track with 2 to go?
I'm not
In
sure.
3 and 4, didn't he also run him up just a little bit?
He
Maybe
might
I'm
have.
remembering that wrong. If I'm remembering that wrong, feel free to call me out. However, I feel like I saw with 2 to go that John Hunter ran him up a little bit, and that's how Ty made the crossover.
Because I've seen like with 3 to go, there was like a lap car in the way. So I think he kind of like moved him up. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find replays of it, but I don't see anything.
Okay, so I found the replay that I was talking about from Fox. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Because
I
I did
remembered
see
it wrong.
something with 5 to go, but like I said, it's hard to tell because they're doing this fucking onboard view. You can't see shit.
Yeah, so I'll admit I was remembering it wrong. I thought John Hunter ran Gibbs up and then he did the crossover, but Gibbs was on his inside anyway with 2 to go, so it was. I'm just dumb. Ignore that. So you mentioned a few minutes ago while we were looking for the replay. I did not watch the pre-race at all just because I just never watched the Fox pre-races for Cup.
Mhm.
Did you did you watch it?
Not all of it, but I saw a segment. It was like
Did
stupid.
you saw the
It
watermelon
was
segment?
a watermelon. Guys dressed up as a watermelon seed, trying to like pretend like he was like inside of John or not John Hunter, Ross
Chastain.
Chastain's mouth. Because I guess like he had a watermelon seed in his mouth after like the post race at Coda. But
Okay.
it was just stupid. It was just cringy. I mean,
Because I saw the picture. I have not seen the segment, but I
you
just
saw the
saw a
picture,
picture. I saw the picture of just this just dude in like a fucking. It just looks like a bag.
It
honestly.
does. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what am I looking at?
Was the budget for this $12? Because it just looks like a dude in a bag. I'm just like, what is
Like,
this?
it looks like they went to Party City and just said, you know what, this will do. We're gonna wear this.
I really want to see this now. I want
Or
to
they just, oh my god, it was so bad.
like. From what I heard, most of the pre-race was pretty normal, and then the watermelon seed dude appeared, and it was just ah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a pre-race segment Hall of Fame somewhere that this has now made
You
it.
know, somebody posted a Indeed job opening for Fox Sports, or not Fox Sports, but Fox Broadcast.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it says like, oh, you'll be capturing like NASCAR on Fox. I'm like, damn, they're desperate at this point. They're like, they know that they have a shitty pre-race.
Oh, they've realized their broadcast is bad. Oh no.
I'm
Ooh.
like, god damn.
So now, so now segmenting into the cup race with that awful watermelon seed segment that we didn't see. You know what? I'm gonna have to start watching the pre-race just to see what kind of awful things they do, because apparently there's something new every week that's just
I'm sure you'll
horrendous.
see another one next week. I'm pretty sure.
What could they possibly do next week? They'll have somebody dressed up as a FedEx box, and I'll be like, "I damn it, we won."
That or they're gonna ruin the Martinsville hot dog.
Oh
Like,
no.
okay, all right. Here's my prediction. Okay, next
Okay,
week on the pre-race, they're gonna have some guy dressed up in a hot dog costume, and it's gonna have to do with something about a Martinsville hot dog. But I know it's gonna be really cringy.
they're gonna ship it in
So
a FedEx box
there you go.
because
God,
Denny Hamlin won.
because Denny Hamlin won, so now we gotta have a FedEx guy dressed up as a hot dog with the hot dog shipped in the box. Make
I
it
feel
happen.
like does the watermelon seed top the Vegas pre-race that they had?
I didn't even see the pre-race one, the Vegas pre-race one.
I still haven't either. I was going to watch it and then I completely forgot about it. And then where's my notepad? I'm gonna make a note right now that just says start watching the pre-race because oof.
You gotta have like a yellow sticky note on your computer. Watch pre-race.
I literally just wrote watch pre-races from now on and then I just scribbled it so it's awful. Oh, the camera doesn't even pick it up because my lighting. I didn't turn my light on, so I'm probably gonna be dark in this episode, but that's fine.
Oh,
My light's over there. It's by my
that's okay.
second desk. Um, so about the cup race, Ryan Blaney, this man, has once again found a way to lead the most laps and lose the race, which has become a tradition for
I
him.
just find it so bizarre. Like the dude leads like 100 laps in the race, and then he just like disappears. He's like, "All right, my job here is done." Like,
He's like, all right, I'm gonna head out now.
it's like, wait a minute, the race is longer than 100 laps,
He led. I'm trying to open up the. I have
and
it.
then his crew let him down again.
He finished seventh, and he led 128 laps.
128 laps. Like, Jesus.
So he led the most laps in the race. Finished seventh. He didn't crash this time though,
No,
because
but
doesn't I feel like traditionally he'll lead the most laps and then his pit crew will shit their pants or he'll just crash. So
yeah, I think his
at least
pick
that's what I've
shit his
noticed.
pants today.
They shit his pants. Damn, that's a threat.
Yeah. Not only did they shit their pants, but they shit his pants too.
They shit his pants. They came on the radio and went, "Hey, we're leading too many laps. I'm gonna have to come shit your pants now." He's like, Ryan's like, "You're gonna do what?
You're gonna do what, my pants? Something
Who
like that.
shit whose pants?" That's gonna be the title.
Who shit in whose pants?
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, but they screwed him over again though. It's so bad. Like
What did they do this time? Because I missed it.
slow stops. They just
Just
keep
slow
giving him slow
stops.
stops. Yeah.
They
Oh,
gotta
okay.
figure
So
that
like the
out.
first after the first stage, he kept the lead, but I think after the second stage, he lost a spot. And I think even during green flag stops, he lost more spots.
Damn. So probably just poor adjustments too. So slow stops and wrong adjustments. That's probably why he dropped to seventh.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, it was a pretty like uneventful race up until like probably the last 20 laps.
Dude, Denny Hamlin came out of nowhere. I thought it was
I know.
Truex was closing, and then suddenly he was like fourth. I was like, what happened? Where'd you go?
Because I was watching like the last 20 laps, and then like I saw like Truex was catching Byron. I'm like, oh, he's got this thing won. And then I think once Truex was right on his bumper, I saw Hamlin that was like 2 car lengths away from Truex. I'm like, where the fuck did he come from? I'm
And
like,
then
how did he
Kevin
get there
Harvick
so
was right
quick?
behind him.
Yeah. I'm like, where did this dude come from? And then the dude just ends up passing both of them and wins the race.
Dude, Ryan Blaney said adios, and Denny Hamlin said hola. Like,
Oh god.
it was what? It was like 5 or 6 laps to go, and he just appeared
He
and
just
just
zoomed
passed
right by
everybody.
everybody.
He did.
Because
I
like
wasn't ready.
on the timer, he was like 3 seconds off or 3 seconds away
Yeah,
from the leaders. I'm like,
they were.
how the
It was
fuck did
like
he make
10
up that
laps.
much ground?
They had to have been saving their tires or something, because with like 10 laps to go, I think Truex was a second out.
Also, like some of the lap cars were passing them too.
It might have been it. That might have been. It might have been all the lap traffic. That's probably why the gap closed that much, so quickly.
Yeah, because I've seen like a lot of lap cars were passing Truex and then even Byron because Byron had like really shitty tires. So I think with all those lap cars passing them, I kind of helped Denny and Harvick to catch back up to them.
Yeah, but even then, the fucking as quickly they blew past Truex, and then I think it took him like a lap to get around Byron, and then he was just gone. He said, "Ooh,
I wanted to talk about Kyle Busch too. Like,
oh, the tape."
dude's had like so much bad luck. It is so bad. So the first one, of course, was I would say Clash. He had like the best car. He had the most dominant car, and then Logano came out of nowhere and just pretty much took the win away from him.
Logano did to
Um,
Bush what Hamlin did to Byron today. He just said
yeah,
hello.
pretty much. He's like, "Hello, thanks for the win." Um,
Yeah, he
let's
finished
see,
sixth at Daytona, so he didn't do bad at
six.
all, actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Auto Club had a ton of issues. Had like a really good car up until he spun out, and then had like overheating issues, and then went down like 5 laps, and then spent the entire race just trying to get back on the lead lap. And then Vegas crashed his primary. Had a backup car that was supposed to be used for parts,
That he almost won with, and
and he
then
almost won the race. Oh, I think it was like 2 to go, and he was
yeah,
about to win. And then fucking Eric Jones decided to spin out in the front stretch, threw the caution out, threw everybody's strategy away, ended up finishing fourth. Phoenix, he wasn't really up there that much, but even then, like he had like really bad luck. Oh no, wait, he was running like ninth, and then he hit Austin Dillon, and then fucked up his car. Um,
what happened to them at Coda? Were they just bad at Coda? I'm trying to remember now. There's a lot
Coda,
been happening.
he spun out twice. At the
That's
last
right.
spot.
He did spin out. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't he get dumped one of the
Atlanta,
two times?
I
No, he
think the
spun
first
by
time he did.
himself. I think he spun by himself because I remember seeing like cameras from it. I think one of the two times he got dumped, and the second time he just spun out by himself.
Oh yeah, Atlanta, he had a really good car, got wrecked out. No, he didn't get wrecked out. He did get into a wreck, but then like it fucked up the the tires or something. I think his car wasn't handling right, so then they just parked the car. Coda had a really good car, spun out in the first part of the race, came back up, got spun out again, then spun out again at the end, and then today had probably the winning car, and then had a little piece of tape on the on the grill, and then got black flag. So
Fun times.
it's been a year for all the Kyle Busch fans.
It's been a year for Denny Hamlin fans too until today. Like I don't even know what his average finish was, but this man I don't think broke the top 20 very often.
This was his
And then
first
he
top 10
wins
of the year.
today. Yeah, and then he finally won a race. Like I think his best finish. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think he broke like the top 15 this entire year, and then he just goes and wins.
Like I did not have him winning today,
I didn't either. But
but
whatever they did, they figured it out, and this man just boop, I'm winning.
he's like,
Hello.
I win, you lose. And then Kurt Busch had an issue early in the race. And then Bubba Wallace, man, he's been, oof, he has
Um,
not been great.
it's probably because they're short tracks. He's probably not amazing at short tracks, even though he's got wins on short tracks and trucks. I think he won Eldora in trucks, and he's won Martinsville before.
Yeah.
But since he got to Cup, he hasn't been amazing on short tracks.
Yeah. I mean, their short track performance last year was somewhat decent. Like I think he led a few laps at Martinsville, but I don't know. It hasn't been. He finished 26th today.
Yeah, no, he didn't do great at all today, and he's becoming really good at super speedway racing. Like he was always up front Daytona and Talladega, and then I proved my theory once again at Atlanta when I said he was going to run well because it was run like a super speedway, and he almost won that race too.
Yeah, he did. He almost won.
He almost won that until like two or three to go, and then they got wrecked on the last lap. I think coming to the checkered, but I feel like if that race played out just a little bit differently, he 100% could have won Atlanta, if not finished second. But so that's going into Richmond. They really pooed their pants. Martinsville, we're gonna see how they run. Martinsville and
Hopefully they have a
Bristol, I
better
guess.
run. I feel like Richmond has a little bit more speed to it. Um,
It's a wonky
Martinsville,
little track.
yeah, it's kind of weird. But I feel like Martinsville, you can kind of get away with it, even if you have like a really, um, if your car doesn't have that much speed. But we'll see.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to cover in terms of Cup or the weekend or anything? Because I didn't have a ton of notes just because there wasn't really a ton that happened this weekend.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, pretty
Nothing
chill.
to write home about, just another race.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of felt like a Phoenix race. There wasn't a whole lot.
So I guess let's go scooch on over to points. Okay, so looking at my Xfinity points, did I have AJ Allmendinger as a points leader last week? I think I did.
I think you did. Yes.
I think I did. So Allmendinger still has a points lead. He did run fairly decently yesterday. With the win though, Ty Gibbs takes over second. He goes from third to second now on my points. I have Noah Gragson in third, followed by Josh Berry and Austin Hill, and then Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, Sheldon Creed, and Brandon Brown for my top 10. So not too many changes happening over there.
So I got AJ in first, Ty Gibbs in second, Noah Gregson in third. Fourth place is Josh Berry. Fifth is Justin Allgaier. Sixth is Sam Mayer. Brandon Jones is seventh. Daniel Hamrick in eighth. Austin Hill is ninth. And Ryan Siege rounds out the top 10.
Ooh. Our points are exactly the same up to fourth place.
Yeah.
Fifth place. Our top five, I think, is exactly the same.
Because you said Sheldon Creed was in eighth or seventh?
Creed is ninth for me.
I got him in 12th.
Damn. And you said Sam Mayer was where for yours?
Sixth.
He's 13th on my points.
Jesus.
So, and
Those-
Daniel
those
Hemrick is
freaking
12th.
Stage points come in handy.
Yeah, stage points really do come in handy. That's what we're learning. Because no, our top four. Sorry, because you had Austin Hill as ninth, right?
Yeah, I think you had him in fifth.
Yeah, I have him in fifth because yeah, Allmendinger, Gibbs, Gregson, and Barry are the top four, and I think that's exactly the same for you. And then I have Austin Hill in fifth. So
I heard Riley Herbst got out qualified by two.
he did. He got out qualified by two
Like-
BJ McLeod cars.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was trying to say BJ McLeod, but I was thinking of another team.
Didn't they run pretty decently in the race though? So I guess you can't really bash them too hard. They might have just set it up to race better.
Yeah.
because I know what happens with a lot of teams is they'll set the car up to race, not qualify, and so they'll have a horrendous performance in qualifying and then go knock your socks off in the race. And that's kind of what happened with Herbst. Was got out qualified with two McLeod cars, but he still parked it in fifth. So can't really complain too much about that showing.
Yeah. I think I'm just more amazed about the two McLeod cars.
So now, scooching on into Cup, really super fast. Ryan Blaney takes over the points lead from Ross Chastain. Chase Elliott goes to second. Chastain has dropped down to third in points, followed by Truex and Byron. And then I have Alex Bowman in sixth with Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Chase Briscoe rounding out my top 10.
Oh, we have some similar, but most of the people you said are in the top 10. So I got Ryan Blaney in first. Second is Chase Elliott. Third is Martin Truex Jr. Fourth is William Byron. Fifth is Joey Logano. Sixth is Ross Chastain. Seventh is Alex Bowman. Eighth is Kevin Harvick. Ninth is Chase Briscoe. And 10th is Kyle Busch.
I think we have all of the same drivers, just in slightly different orders.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my list, and yeah. So, also something of note for the Cup points. For Denny Hamlin's win, I went and I checked the points before I even updated them. I had Hamlin 25th in points going into Richmond, and after that win, he bumped up 7 spots to 18th.
Oh, wow. So, he's 20th on my points.
Oh, he's 20th for you? Nah, 18th for me, baby. Because we don't do stage points here. We just do end of the race points.
We just do one set of points.
Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to bring up before we start to wind this down?
I guess talking about Joe Gibbs, they've been pretty I guess their short track races or packages have been pretty strong, and you kind of seen that with the Clash. I mean, you didn't really see that with Truex, but Kyle, I think Bell was somewhat decent. So I mean, I feel like they have a pretty good short track package. So I would expect them to be run pretty well next week at Martinsville.
Yeah, because actually at some point today, weren't they 1, 2, 3 at one point today?
Yeah, they were pretty. They ran pretty strong today.
Minus
so.
Kyle because of the tape incident. So
gotta love it. They also debuted their new pit stop routine. Did you see that?
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I was watching the race, but I was also trying to get a few other things set up, and so I was like passively watching. And so I heard it mentioned, but I didn't see it.
It was actually a lot faster. I think Kyle's crew broke the NASCAR history record, so they had a 9-second stop.
Jesus fuck. Okay, I need to look back into that and see what happened there.
It's interesting. So instead of the rear tire changer running through the back of the car, they run in the front of the car with the front tire changer. So
everyone goes around the front.
Yeah, and it's kind of smart too because it doesn't interfere with the gas man. Because usually the gas man will have to move out of the way to let the rear tire changer in, but now he can just do his thing without being disturbed, and that kind of helps with putting more fuel in the car too. So.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty smart. So.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was the 9-second pit stop. It was one of the fastest ones in history. So. I feel like a lot of teams are going to start trying to adapt that now that they've seen that it's starting to pay off.
Damn. All right. Well, we'll see if they do that. They'll probably implement it again next week, so I'll be watching for it then.
We'll see how that plays out next week.
All right. So I guess with that, we're going to probably wrap it up here because we've been going for about 45 minutes.
A lot shorter than last week.
It is shorter than last week. I'm gonna cut a few things out of this episode too, just because we were all frantically looking for the end of
Oh,
the
the
Xfinity
audio.
race replay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, we're gonna wrap it up here at the end of our fairly uneventful Richmond weekend, and we'll see y'all next week over in Martinsville land.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.